Hey guys, it's Dino. We are continuing with our series with really interesting games and instructive as well. In this game, white won, so concentrate on the moves of the white player. E4, opening up pieces and controlling the center, which is really important. We want an equal share in the center. Why the center control of the center is really important. You should watch the previous video to know that, so I'm not gonna repeat too much. Watch a video game 1 and you will be informed. E5, and now knight f3. Developing a piece towards the center, attacking the pawn. Really simple things. As you already know from the previous games, knight c6. Developing also the piece towards the center and defending this pawn. So you don't have to pause the video in these early stages of the game because there's a lot of options for white to play. Bishop c4, developing a piece in the center, preparing castle, and also attacking this pawn. That doesn't mean that we're gonna sacrifice bishop for this pawn, but this threat is always there, so maybe in the future this sacrifice is going to happen. Bishop c5, the same purpose. This move has the same purpose as this move. And now c3. So I said in I think game 1 that this move has advantages and disadvantages. Disadvantages are that we are blocking the natural square for this knight, and we are moving a pawn instead of a piece, but this has an intention to occupy the center, and if we are allowed to do that by our opponent, that is, we are gonna have a really good position. Knight 6, attacking the pawn. And now what would you play in this position? Would you defend the pawn, or what would you do? Pause the video. The move is d4. Striking in the center, even though our pawn is not protected, with the idea to just develop quickly, get a strong center, castle, and maybe in some variation you will see maybe this pawn sacrifice is not really sacrificed because we're gonna get our pawn back, or even we don't have to get our pawn back if we develop our pieces quickly, and that's enough compensation for a sacrificed pawn, because if he takes, not right now, but if he takes in the future, he's losing a time, and that time can be destructive. I mean, that lost time can be destructive for him, especially in the opening. Takes, of course we're gonna take here, and now bishop b4. The only move that is good in this position, because after this we can defend this pawn, and it is all good, we have strong center. After this, we can probably do this, and then attack this other knight, and this is really bad for black because his pieces are being pushed back, and we have this really strong pawns and a lot of space. So the only move is bishop b4. What would you play in this position? Pause the video. The move is nice, knight c3. We could have played this move too, and after this, protect this pawn. That's the legit move here also, but instead we wanted to intentionally sacrifice this pawn so we could just, because he's gonna lose, as I said, lose time taking this pawn, we're gonna castle and put our pieces on a really active squares, and that's the intention, so that, as I said, the sacrifice of this pawn is good for us. But in this position he did not take, he played castle. And as Steinitz, Steinitz was the world champion, he said that chess is not for timid souls, and he meant that in this particular case black should have taken this pawn, and just even though maybe he's gonna have some consequences, he has to take here because we have really strong center, and even though if we get active position, it was better than to play timidly and to castle here, because this superiority, we have much superior position now after castling. So even though, of course, in many positions castling is a sensible option and we should do it, but sometimes we have to think about things like, hey, if I castle, this is gonna be dangerous for me, and let me see if I maybe should take and try to survive everything that white is going to do after this move. So now pause the video. What would you play for white? The move is d5. Now we are starting to push the knight back. Knight e7, of course, after knight a5, we're just gonna go back, and this is really awkward looking knight. Knight should not be on the rim of the board, at the side of the board. It should be towards the center where the action is, and here knight is not doing anything useful. Of course, in some position, knight, it's useful to put knight here, because I don't know, maybe we're gonna go here, and if this pawn is here, and then we're gonna go there, but in this position it is not good. So black goes to e7 with the knight, and now pause the video. What would you do in this position? The move is e5, attacking the other knight. Knight e4. This is a good move, going into the center with the knight. And actually there is not any good alternatives, like this is really bad, and going here with result in doubling up the pawns, and here of course trapping the knight. And now pause the video. What would you do for white? It is queen c2. Simple move, defending this and attacking the knight. Or if you can, always try to do two things with your piece. Actually, this queen has done three things: develop, protect, and attack, which is a dream. And now black was forced to take, and of course we take with the pawn, and now bishop c5. Now pause the video. What would you play for white? I like this move a lot. Knight to g5. In one of the previous games, the similar idea was executed, and the idea is that we are threatening checkmate, but the black can defend it, which is not the only purpose of this move. Of course, we are threatening checkmate, but we are trying to provoke black to move his pawns, and thus weaken the structure, this pawn structure and defense of the king. And if we do that, then let's say he plays this move, then it's gonna be easier for us to finish him. For example, we're gonna play this, attack this bishop. He has to move. We go here. He has to move, and then we win the exchange. Instead, black did not move his pawns, and instead he played knight to g6, which is, I guess, the best defense here, but already the black's position is really hard. I mean, really difficult. Now, pause the video. What would you do for white? The move is h4. This is a really important move because you shouldn't do the same mistake that black has done, just to castle without thinking. Of course, you should do it castling, but in this position, if we castle, the black is gonna have time to recover. And in a position like this, where we have initiative, we should attack. We should not give a black any chance to recover. So h4, threatening h5, and then winning this knight because he could not move, because we're gonna give checkmate on h7. So in this position, h6, attacking our knight, and then pause the video. The move is d6, really powerful move. Opening up this bishop, closing this bishop. Now he cannot play d6 and open this bishop. Also threatening to take here because he cannot take. This pawn is pinned. And overall, really good move. This knight still cannot move. Now this square is also occupied. You cannot move here. I mean, it's attacked. He plays h takes g5. Now pause the video. We take on g5. This is much powerful than taking here. And this is fine too, but this is even better because still this knight cannot move, because he's gonna get checkmated on h7. This move also, I mean, that's the purpose of this move, opening up this line for the rook. This bishop is active. This queen is active. Almost all except this rook. All our pieces are active, and that's the most important principle in chess: activity of your pieces. And now rook e8, trying to give some breathing space for the king. And now pause the video. Play queen takes on g6. Threaten mate in 1 here and mate in 2 here. So multiple threats, mating threats. Black gives a check with the rook. And now what will you do? There's a few good ways to defend this, and the simple one is just to move on king, and black cannot do anything here. There's too many threats, mating threats, that he resigned in this position. Let's go back, summarize. This is just normal moves. So black should have tried this, but he was timid in this position. d5, attacking the knight, pushing back the knights. e5, developing, protecting, and attacking. Threatening checkmate, and also trying to provoke moves of these crucial pawns. That wasn't played, just a second. Knight g6, h4, attack because don't give black to breathe for a moment, for a second. d6, really, I like this move a lot, opening up this bishop and threatening this. I like this move too, opening up this line for the rook. That wasn't played, just a second. Rook e8, takes, and king f1. I hope you enjoyed this game. Please like this video if you enjoyed it, Subscribe if you haven't, and thanks for watching.